You've probably heard it before, right? That it takes 21 days to change your life. But what if it's not just about building one new habit? What if you could use that time to install an entirely new operating system in your mind? Well, that's what we're talking about today, the blueprint for a full system reboot.
I mean, think about it. You've been there. You get this incredible burst of excitement, and you tell yourself, okay, this is it. This time is different. But then, just a few days in, that motivation just evaporates. And you're right back where you started, feeling frustrated, wondering why nothing ever seems to stick. It's a feeling we all know. But the reason for it is probably not what you think.
And that's where this number comes in, 21 days. See, this isn't just about trying something new for 3 weeks and hoping for the best. No, this is a strategic window of time to rebuild yourself from the inside out. It's about rewiring your brain to stop fighting you and to actually start wanting what you want.
So here's our game plan. First, we're going to look at why your brain fights back so hard against change. Then, we'll walk through the 3 weeks, phase by phase, the observer, the builder, and the leader. And finally, we'll look at the incredible new operating system you'll have running at the end of it all.
Okay, so let's get right to it. Why is this so difficult? It's not because you're lazy or because you lack willpower. It's actually because your brain is biologically hardwired to resist change. See, your mind's number one job isn't to make you happy or help you grow. Its only job is to keep you alive. And to your brain, survival means one thing, staying with what's familiar and comfortable.
And this slide right here, this is the battle happening inside your head every single day. You consciously want growth, you want focus, you want success, but your brain's ancient default programming is desperately pulling you back towards comfort, familiarity, and what it sees as safety. Every single time you try to change, you're literally fighting against your own survival instinct. And this idea is the absolute key. You have to change how you see discomfort. That feeling of resistance, that little voice telling you to quit, that's not a stop sign. It's actually feedback. It's the sound of new neural pathways being carved out in your brain. It's proof that what you're doing is working.
So the whole blueprint is broken down into 3 simple 7-day phases. Week 1 is all about awareness, just watching. Week 2 is about momentum, building that muscle through action. And week 3, that's where the real magic happens, transformation, where you change your actual identity. All right, so for the first 7 days, you have one job, and one job only. Just pay attention. You're not trying to be perfect. You're not trying to fix anything yet. You are simply becoming a scientist of your own mind, watching your habits completely without judgment.
And here's exactly what you're looking for. What are your triggers? What's that one thing that always makes you procrastinate? What are your go-to excuses? Is it, oh, I'll just do it tomorrow, or I'm way too tired right now? What things just suck the energy right out of you, and what completely shatters your focus? Get a notebook and write these down. The second you become aware of these patterns, you're no longer on autopilot, and that's where all your power is.
Now, a quick heads up. By the end of this first week, you're going to feel that internal resistance kicking in. Your brain will be testing you, basically asking, hey, are you serious this time? Don't worry about it. That feeling is a fantastic sign. It means your brain is finally starting to stretch and grow.
Okay, on to week 2, the builder. This is where most people fall off the wagon, because that initial rush of motivation is long gone. This week is about one thing and one thing only, fighting your brain's resistance with pure action. It's all about pushing through that I don't feel like it feeling. Your entire mission is to act without negotiating with yourself. This slide is the perfect example. When that alarm goes off in the morning, you don't argue with it. You don't hit snooze. You don't even think. You just get up. You apply that same exact rule to whatever you're trying to build. Stop the debate in your head and just start moving.
Just think of it this way. Your mind is a muscle. And every single time you act, even though you feel tired or doubtful or just uninspired, you're doing another rep. You're literally training your brain that your feelings don't get to be the boss. You are. You're teaching it that effort is what builds strength. And here's the funny thing. As you get stronger, your excuses actually get louder and more clever. Your old self will try every trick in the book to pull you back into that comfort zone. But you know what? When you hear that little voice whisper, just skip one day, it's not a big deal, smile, because that means your new identity is winning the fight.
Which brings us to the final, and honestly, the most important phase. For 2 weeks, you've been fighting your mind's resistance. Now it's time to go from fighting your mind to leading it. This is the week where your brain finally stops seeing this new behavior as a threat and starts accepting it as the new normal.
See, this whole week is about your identity. Because here's the secret. You will never consistently do things that are out of line with the story you tell yourself about who you are. If you believe I'm not a morning person, getting up early will always feel like a war. You have to change the story first, and then the behavior just naturally follows.
So how do you do it? It's a simple two-step process. First, you state it. Every single morning, out loud, you tell yourself who you are becoming. I am focused. I am disciplined. Even if it feels like a lie at first, repetition literally rewires your reality. And then, you immediately back it up with action, proving that new identity to yourself, one small decision at a time.
So after 21 days of this process, you haven't just built a new habit. You've done something way more powerful. You've installed a brand new operating system in your mind. One that doesn't run on inconsistent motivation anymore, but on powerful, unstoppable momentum.
And this is the real takeaway. This was never about a temporary challenge with a finish line. It was always about building a permanent foundation for the person you're becoming. Growth is no longer this thing you have to force. It's just who you are now.
And this becomes your new normal. Seriously, your brain will actually start to crave progress instead of comfort. You'll find yourself chasing mastery instead of looking for the easy way out. And you'll finally stop just dreaming about success, and you'll actually start living it, day in and day out.
So, I guess that just leaves one final question. You can let the next 21 days be an exact copy of the last 21. Or you can decide right now, in this moment, to change your story. The perfect time to start isn't coming later. It's now. So who will you choose to be?